out the new Google DeepThink mode that just came out. So if you're not aware what Google DeepThink is, essentially just got rolled out like literally about 24 hours ago. And it's one of the most powerful models in the world for AI. In fact, it's something that a lot of mathematicians online are reacting to. And if you want to get access, it costs about, I think it was $250 a month to get access. You can just go to gemini.google.com and then you would select, for example, like 2.5 Pro. And then from here, inside the tools section, you're going to select DeepThink. That's how you get access to this. Right? So you select DeepThink right here. So essentially, what we can do from here is we can then start building with this. I want to test a couple of things out. Honestly, it's kind of like a little bit overpowered, I think, for what I need, but we can test it out. So if we do something really basic, like, I don't know, build Flappy Bird in HTML, because that's the first thing you want to do when you're testing out a new AI model that's one of the most powerful in the world. Then we'll test this out and we'll wait for that to load in a minute. So it says, I'm on it, responses with DeepThink can take a few minutes. So that's something to note here is like when you're using DeepThink, right? This is not like ChatGPT 4.0 or one of these lightweight models that will reply to you instantly. It requires a lot more thinking, a lot more power, and therefore it's going to take a lot longer to respond to you. So in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for that, we'll open up the benchmarks and everything else and look in the background, and then we'll come back to where that is. I also think there's limits in terms of how much you can use it per month, but we'll come on to that later. So the other thing to note here is like when you use Google Gemini, you also get access to a bunch of other stuff. So for example, if we go on to Flow, this is something else that's included inside the AI Ultra plan as well. All right. And this allows you to build like movies with AI and that sort of thing. And then you also get Veo 3 as well. So if you've not used Veo 3, I mean, where have you been? But number two, this is one of the most powerful AI models in the world, right? You can upload an image, for example, you can add a photo, animate it. So there's all these other benefits included inside Gemini DeepThink. When it actually works, as you can see right here, something went wrong, so that's not a great start. So let's, maybe it's not worth the $250. Let's test this out again now. So maybe it's because I open up Gemini in the background as well. So we'll close the other tab of Gemini and we'll try that again. All right. I'm just going to say build Flappy Bird. See what happens next. So what I'll actually do as well, let's go back here. Yeah, we'll wait for that to load in the meantime. So essentially it extends the thinking time of whatever you're using, right? So if you're using Gemini to build with this, this is pretty powerful, but it takes a long time to show. All right. So we're going to keep scrolling down right now. Someone asked, is it free? It is not free, my friends. It costs, I think it is $250 a month. I got like a 50% discount when I signed up for 3 months, so just bear that in mind. But after that, it goes up again. Gazman says, so great to see you in real, the one and only. By the way, if you do want to connect with me personally, just join the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description. This is the best place to connect with me if you actually want to connect with me in real. We've got 1,100 members, and it comes with all of my best automations, templates, workflows, and also inside the calendar, we're doing like 5 calls a week, you know, including like NA10 automation work, masterclasses. We've got a 6-week course as well if you just want to learn this stuff right here, plus tons of other stuff, right? So if you want all my best automations, you can. So that's still rolling back now. I haven't got any responses back, and it's been about 10 minutes. We'll keep going through now. So let's see what we got here. Iterative development and design. So this is quite interesting as well. If we have a look here, what you can see here is we can compare the different outputs from Gemini. So you got Flash over here, you got Gemini 2.5 Pro, and then you have Gemini 2.5 DeepThink, right? So for example, if you say design voxel art scene of a pagoda in a beautiful garden with trees, well, the output from Gemini Flash, pretty basic. The Gemini 2.5 Pro, a little bit better, but you see it's still not great. Then if you look at the complexity of this image in the output, etc., it's just a lot better. It's more creative, it's more thoughtful, it's more detailed, etc. So that's still working its magic. We can actually open up the thinking on this as well and see where we're up to. So it says initiating the game construction. I'm starting a framework with HTML for the game structure, focusing on the container, birds and pipes. Next, I plan to enhance the visual appeal. And finally, I'll leverage JavaScript to handle the crucial game logic. And then it's also got the play instructions as well. So it's coming up with those. I think it's going to provide like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to actually play the game. So we'll come on to that in a minute. Again, it does take a long time to respond. So good for scientific and mathematical discovery because it can reason through high complex problems. DeepThink can be a powerful tool for researchers, algorithmic development and code. And then you can see the benchmarks here, right? So if we compare all the Google models, all the best ones, we've got 2.5 Pro, Gemini 2.5 Pro, OpenAI and Grok 4, right? And you can see that it's just absolutely destroying everyone on the benchmark. So this is humanity's last exam on reasoning and knowledge, and this scores 34.8% versus Grok 4, OpenAI and Gemini 2.5 Pro. If we have a look at code generation, it's absolutely smashing as well. And then we've got mathematics and Amy as well. Some people are asking, is NA10 as good as base 44? I haven't even heard of base 44. But NA10 is crazy powerful if you want to get access to it. So yeah, we're actually inside the AI Success Lab. If you haven't got access already, completely free group. If you join here, it comes with, and the link's in the comments and description, but if you join here and then you go to the classroom in the AI automation course, we've actually got 1000 NA10 templates, right? So if you scroll down, you can see you can get access to 1000 NA10 templates completely free, and you can basically automate anything you can ever imagine using that process. So if you want to get access to that, feel free, link in the comments description. Let's get back to this now. So we've got it back, right? We've got the HTML, and it's a single HTML, so it doesn't seem to have given us the JS. Or it's just put it inside the HTML here. So let's preview this bad boy now. Shows us how to use it, right? So let's see if the actual instructions work as well. So it says open a text editor. So go to text edit. Create a new document. We'll paste in the HTML that we got. I'm just following the instructions on screen here. Then we're going to save the file as flappybird.html. And then open the file in your web browser by double clicking it. There we go. Doesn't seem to have done much there. The instructions don't work, unless I'm just terrible at following instructions. Alright, so let's try this instead then. So we'll take that. And then we'll go to Liveweave. We'll paste that in. There we go. We have Flappy Bird ready to go. And it works perfectly. It's not bad. I mean, it's not the most mind-blowing version of Flappy Bird I've ever played, but it does work perfectly and it works first time round, so fair play to it. Alright, so now that we've tested that, let's start doing some more interesting stuff. So we're going to close that down. Here we go. By the way, if you want all the notes on this, What I'll do is I'll put them inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description, completely free. And if you want to see all the resources, all the notes, etc., you can get that inside here. And also, there's 1,000 free NA10 templates inside here. Plus, we release like daily trainings, right? So if you have a look down the list, look at all these different trainings that we've got on pretty much everything you'd ever need to know about AI, right? So if you want to get access to that, feel free to get it. So let's try this prompt here. So it says design and create. Okay, right. Let's have a look what else we got. So we've got the benchmarks here. Not bad. Let's see what other people are doing with it on Gemini. So if we type in Gemini DeepThink here. See what we got. See what people are building with it. See, a lot of people are talking about the benchmarks, but the interesting thing is you don't see that many people actually using it. This is interesting. Look at that. Shout out to AI thinkers. We've got the pagoda example again. Yeah, you see, nobody's really building with it, like sharing what they've actually built. All right. Let's try this. So, build a hyper Dopamine Pong game. Okay, let's try that one. All right. So we're going to go inside Gemini. We'll start a new chat. I do think it's limited in terms of the amount you can actually use this. So we're going to select DeepThink over here. And we're going to build that hyper Dopamine Pong game. Bear in mind, when I opened up another tab of Gemini DeepThink, it actually broke. So I don't think you can open multiple tabs. You can't use Gemini in different tabs whilst you're using this, from what I've seen. And then we'll try this against something like Claude. So, you know, Claude, Grok 4, they all have their own models, right? So we can select... we can use Claude Sonnet 4, test this out side by side. And then what we'll also do is test out Grok. And we're going to go with... Have we got Grok 4 here? Might have downgraded there. And then what we can also do is compare this versus what else? ChatGPT 03. So we'll compare this versus 03 Pro. We've got Claude Sonnet. Obviously Claude Sonnet is less powerful, but it is much faster. And then we have Gemini DeepThink over here. So wait for all three of those to load. What's interesting actually, I always thought like Gemini 2.5 Pro was pretty slow, but honestly I think DeepThink is probably slower, right? It's going to be a while before that comes back. By the way, if you want all the prompts that I'm testing out, you can get it inside the AI Success Lab. Just go inside the classroom, you can see all the prompts down here. The other thing to note here is that Gemini DeepThink actually achieved the gold medal standard at the International Mathematical Olympiad. So if you weren't aware already, basically like this is the most prestigious competition for young mathematicians. You know, it's been running since 1959, and Gemini DeepThink just came along and absolutely crushed it. So medals were awarded to the top half of contestants, approximately 8% receiving a prestigious gold medal. And Gemini DeepThink crushed it, all right? So it earned 35 out of a possible 42 points, which is a gold medal score. Yeah, you can see the details on that here. So let's see where we're at here. We're still waiting for Gemini. What's it doing? Refining the implementation strategy right now. ChatGPT o3 Pro still running. And then we have Claude, which has come back to us already. Let's see what we got here. I mean, that's a pretty nice working game, isn't it? Let's be honest. Beautiful. I also like the fact with Claude, like, you can just preview it inside the canvas, which makes things 10 times easier. And that game is speeding up now as well. There we go. Oh. There we go. All right. So who's going to win? Is it going to be Gemini 2.5 Pro with DeepThink or ChatGPT o3 Pro? Let's see. Also, bear in mind, like, if you're using DeepThink, you can't use it with any other tools, right? So once you selected that, you're not going to be able to select like videos, etc. You can upload files directly here, import code, etc. It'd be good if you actually got a progress bar here as well, because this is taking absolutely ages. So this is interesting, actually. I've never seen ChatGPT o3 Pro run slower than another model. But you can see here that it's literally, where's the output from Gemini? I've not got the that's crazy. Look at that. We didn't even get a response. So Gemini DeepThink, as good as it may be, you know, we've waited like 5 minutes for a response there, and we literally got nothing back. So you can see here, it's done the thinking, outlined the plan, focused on core elements, refined the strategy, but in the outputs, we got nothing back. We just got a lot of thinking, right? ChatGPT o3 came back with the game file, and Claude 4 Sonnet, obviously, it gave us something much better here. But this is terrible. So let's download the game file here. We've got the HTML there. Let's open it up. And there we go. Now, that is nowhere near as good as the output from Claude 4 Sonnet. I mean, like, if we look at these, right? Gemini gave us nothing. We waited about 5 minutes. ChatGPT o3 Pro took 3 minutes 42 and gave us this, which, you know, like, you can't even see the players over here. It looks pretty bad. And then if we go to Claude 4 Sonnet, it absolutely crushed it, and it crushed it in about 2 minutes, right? So, like, sometimes when you're too clever, as they say in life, it's not as good, right? You miss out on the magic. And I think that's what we've demonstrated right here. It's like, yes, these AI models are very smart in the way they respond, but if they just don't give us a response, or they give us a response that's not very good, then what's the point here, mate? You know what I mean? For $250 a month, you kidding me? It's wasted my time. So honestly, would I say it's worth recommending for 99% of people? Gemini DeepThink is not worth it, right? From what I can see, it's slow. Out of two out of three tests today, it's broken. It costs a lot of money. It's not affordable for most people. And also, Gemini 2.5 Pro itself without DeepThink is actually pretty good, right? Like if I give exactly the same prompt to Gemini 2.5 Pro without DeepThink, so let's open up a new chat here. We'll just select Pro. We'll plug that in. We'll make sure we have Canvas on so we can actually test this out, right? So we can preview it. I think you're going to get 10 times better responses. So if we wait for that to load, it's still going to do the thinking, but it's just much faster. And it will give you a preview inside the canvas here, right? So you can see how much quicker this is. Right, so, I mean, look at this. Took about a minute. We got the output back. It's working beautifully. Let's start the game, see if it works. We're going to mute that. We don't want any music in the background. But it does come with sound effects as well. I mean, that's better than ChatGPT o3 Pro. It definitely beat Gemini DeepThink, which didn't even come back with a response. And I would actually say in some ways that looks similar or better than Claude for Sonnet. Now, Abdel says, do you think GPT is out of the future competition, at least in coding tasks? I think you got to wait until GPT-5 comes out, right? Which is supposed to come out later this month. We've actually got an hour training inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description, if you want to learn more about this stuff. So if we scroll down here, we've got a section on all the latest news, rumors, leaks, etc. on GPT-5 inside the AI Success Lab, and that is an hour and 20 minutes long, right? So basically everything that I know about GPT-5 we've put inside there, if you want to learn more about it, basically. But yeah, I don't think you can rule ChatGPT out until GPT-5 comes out. Having said that, I still use, I mean, out of everything, right, I still use GPT-5 the most. GPT-4 the most. Simply because I really like the personalization in there. It's really fast. You can build custom GPTs, and I prefer the UI, right? Like Gemini, I just don't come back to. I don't think my mind is like trained to use the UI that much. And there we go. That is the game flying now. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think Gemini DeepThink is worth it. Like, maybe it's breaking as well because it only just got released, but yeah, you get the point. So, thanks so much for watching. If you want to get access and connect directly with me, you can join the AI Profit Boardroom. It comes with 5 live calls per week, right? So if you want to connect directly with us, you can jump on the live calls, ask any questions you have. They get recorded if you can't watch them back. Inside the community as well, you can just connect with us. We have a good laugh. We share all the cool stuff. I mean, you can see how active the community is here. We have 1,100 members. The price is going up in a few slots, so there's not many slots available before the price goes up. As you can see, there's only a few spots left. And additionally, this also comes with all my best trainings and everything else, right? So you can see here inside the classroom of the AI Profit Boardroom, you can get access to all my best trainings, a crash course on AI, a 6-week AI automation process, all my best NA10 templates and workflows, all the stuff that I actually use, right? All the practical stuff. I'm also just updating that continuously. Also, inside here, you can actually host in-person meetups because we put on the map, you know, where you are versus everyone else. You can see, for example, 21 people are in Southeast Asia, loads of people around Europe as well. And inside the map, you can see like, okay, who's in the community, who's nearby me, etc. So it's really easy to connect with new people. And additionally, each week, what we do, you know, this community is not just about sharing what we're doing and everything else. It's about sharing the wins and the journey along the way, because learning AI and learning automation, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of effort, right? And so what we're doing here is we're sharing the vision and the mission of the AI Profit Boardroom. We're sharing our wins together. We're helping people along the way. And it's just an absolutely awesome community. You can also post requests inside here and we'll help you out. We'll help you figure out, okay, here's how you automate this or that, whatever you've got in mind. And additionally, you get 5 calls per week, which is pretty awesome as well. Right? So feel free to get that link in the comments description. And you've seen how Google DeepThink works. I don't recommend it for anyone watching here unless you have some really deep, complex thinking problems. But I think for 99% of people, it's not necessary, right? And if you're like, Julian, I just want you to implement all this stuff for me, you know, then you can actually get a AI automation session. You can book that in, link in the comments description. On that session, what we're going to do is we're going to look at your business. We're going to figure out where you're spending the most time, and then we're going to automate that stuff for you, right? We've got a bunch of AI automation clients, super happy with it. You can see all the testimonials right here. People are just getting awesome results. And basically what we can do is just help you figure out, okay, how can you save hundreds of hours in your business, and what do you need to automate next? All right, appreciate you watching. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.